if you're watching this, you probably trade NASDAQ, and I don't blame you because that's what most people trade. Hell, that's what I was trading when I was starting futures trading. And I just want to say that NASDAQ is very nice, and if you're right, yes, you're going to get paid fat. But right now, we're at all-time highs, and this week, I probably only took one trade on NASDAQ, and it was a win. You know, it was a nice 50-point trade, but most of my big plays were on oil and gold. Gold is not really beginner-friendly, but oil is. Oil moves very, very smooth, and I would consider trading it. It just moves a lot smoother than NASDAQ, and most importantly, we're not at all-time highs, so it's pretty easy to find a setup. And usually when you're right, you get paid fat, especially if you're trading on the higher time frames. Just mark out your zones on the higher time frames, take your entries on the 5-minute, and it gets respected well. I noticed that the technical analysis on there works very good. It's spot on and pretty much hits TP almost every single time. And that's why I like it more than NASDAQ, at least at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really miss trading the NASDAQ. Like, I remember getting 100-point plays off of there, and it was nice and all, but right now at all-time highs, I don't really see that many setups, at least as much as I see on oil. On oil, I see a lot more setups, and on gold. Those ones, you know, they're very nice right now, and I know a lot of people don't trade them because they're just focused on NASDAQ and S&P. But if you're honestly into the NASDAQ movement and you don't really like trading indices like oil, gold, and you want a NASDAQ style, go for YM, the Dow Jones. In my opinion, I think the Dow Jones is a lot easier to trade than the NASDAQ, especially if you're a beginner trader. I mean, the levels get respected very, very well. Technical analysis barely gets invalidated if you're right, and it's less likely to wick you out. And don't get me wrong, it moves a lot slower, so it's going to teach you to hold. It's going to teach you to hold to your target, and that's what I like about YM. It's taught me discipline and patience, and at the same time it's beginner friendly. I'm not saying do not trade NASDAQ, but keep 1 or 2 more tickers that you would like to trade, because if we're at all-time highs and we keep going up and up, it's going to be harder to find setups. Find 1 or 2 more tickers that you can trade. For me, honestly, it's oil, gold, and Dow Jones. That's 3 different tickers, but that's because I've already had a lot of experience. If you're just a beginner, stick to 2. So if you're on NASDAQ, that's probably 1. You want that to be your main one. Then when we're at all-time highs, we switch to another one, and that one's going to be, you know, if you're a beginner, Dow Jones or oil. Don't do gold yet. It requires a lot of experience, and you know, it's just moves crazy. It's honestly, it's like trading SPX on options. It's just crazy. But hope you guys learned something from this video. This is a very important thing to look at, because you shouldn't always have 1 ticker in your watch list. You want to have 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is a sweet spot. Hopefully this video helped, and you take care. Have a good trading journey, and comment below what your favorite ticker to trade is.